Okay. Hello.
Good morning. It's Tuesday.
Hello. Welcome to the Sun Dragon Sideshow.
The Adventures of Liz and Rebecca.
It is Tuesday. I'll stand back up again in a second. So, hi. It's also the 4th of July. Woo.
It is.
Hi. I'm Rebecca. I'm the owner of Sun Dragon Art and Fiber in not super sunny, but probably going to be nice and hot and muggy, Brevard, North Carolina.
I'm Liz. I'm the minion there.
Yeah, so we're showing things off like from the get-go right now. So it's going to be hot. So I wore this on vacation. This is my luminous summer top made with the Vivo. And I wore this by itself. I'm wearing it by itself, not over one of my work shirts. How weird is that? But see the drape and everything, like I actually really love it. Like
it's gorgeous.
It's longer than it's supposed to be. Like I made it longer, and some people see it on a mannequin. They're like, I don't want a tunic. But see, I have enough going on here that this does not feel tunic-y on me. No. But that's me. That's not everybody. That's me. But the drape, and I actually feel a whole lot cooler in this than I do in my cotton shirt. Which, cotton doesn't actually breathe. It just doesn't feel, and this is 100% cotton, by the way, full disclaimer. Cotton shirts, it's not like they breathe better than wool in the summer. It's that they don't feel fuzzy against your skin, which makes you feel hot, right? So this is the difference between this and my work shirt, my Sun Dragon shirt, is air can ventilate through it. Ta-da! So, yeah. Anyway, this is the Vivo in, I forget what color.
It's the succulent.
No, the succulent was that one, was what I did this in. They both look
Dewdrop or something.
Dewdrop. I think it is Dewdrop. This is the succulent in our yarn of the week that is going off sale tomorrow, whenever we decide what we're doing tomorrow. But this is, and they're very similar colors. This has a little more noticeable green in it than this does. It's very soft. I feel like I'm a pastel patriotic person today because I've got light blue pants on. Anyway, I don't have the bold patriotic colors, but this is as good as this is going to get for me right now. So, I was going to go double check, but I think you're right. I think it is Dewdrop. What are you wearing?
So, Sunday morning, I finished this hat, which is Zoe. And then I stuck a skein of the linen on the ball winder my Amish Swift, sorry, not the ball winder. And I was like, I'll just crochet off of it. And so I made this hat.
So you've been making lots of hats.
I did.
Look at you.
And then I was like...
Wait, before we move on. Those are the Columbia berets.
Yeah.
And we've talked about those back at the beginning of our show. Back before you had dreads.
Before I had dreads.
You wore those a lot.
Yeah.
Like this little cartoon I did, she's wearing a beret.
Yeah. They're just like little hats. Anyway, okay. I have jury duty coming up and I'm pulling the dreads out. Yes, I've had both. You should pull them out and you should leave them in so you can get out of jury duty. I'm taking them out. Anyway, so while the yarn was sitting there, I was like, you know what? I'd like a linen cardigan for summer. So I knit off of the Swift. I finished the ball on Sunday night. And then I balled up another ball and this is what I have left of the second ball. But this
look at how far she made it. So you got 2 hats done crochet. Crochet goes faster, yep. Whatever. You got 2 hats done and then like most of a little cardigan top.
Yep, I've got a few more rows that I'd like to finish.
So the linen is sport weight, but it's really thin sport weight. Yep. They call it sport weight. What size needle are you knitting with?
I'm doing a 10.
Of course she's doing a 10. So it's kind of see-through, which is actually really, really, really pretty. Are you using a pattern of some kind?
I'm doing my modified Il Grande Favorito, where I just basically cut it in half in the middle.
And go back and forth.
Instead of in the round.
Okay.
It'll have sleeves. I'm not sure how long I'm going to do the sleeves, but anyway, yeah,
Are you doing stockinette or garter?
Garter, except
I was gonna say, I couldn't tell. So.
The stockinette, I did stockinette for the raglan increases.
Okay.
And then just one knit stitch worth of stockinette down the...
I see it's creating like an edge.
Yeah. In fact, really cool. Flips over very nicely if I wanted to do that, but I don't.
But I don't.
When I get done with the whole thing, I'm going to throw it in my washer and then throw it in the dryer and beat the crap out of it and repeat until it is soft and nice drapey and yeah.
That's cool.
I even did some research to look at how to quickly soften linen. And one lady, she was wearing a gorgeous linen top that she sewed. And she was like, so what I did was I took a box of baking soda and put it in like a bucket, clean bucket, and filled the bucket up and then put my thing in there for at least overnight. And she goes, I forgot about it. So it stayed in there for like 2 nights. Yeah. And then you wash and dry it. And the baking soda starts to help with the breakdown of, yeah. So, anyway, yeah, so I did that. And Saturday, before I started my blue hat, I finished this.
Oh, that's adorable.
And it looks super cute. It's got the sleeves and...
So this is Liz's creation. There is no pattern.
There is no pattern.
And it has the crocheted granny square bodice and knit bottom.
And kind of granny square-esque...
granny square adjacent.
Yeah.
Sleeves, right?
Sleeves, yeah.
Okay.
There are still ends in the inside.
We're going to be trying a lot of things on today. It's going to be fun.
That need to be woven
Is
in.
the pin there to let you know what the front is?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll take the pin out eventually. Will you?
Uh-huh. Ta-da!
It gets all caught up in my hair. And there we go.
That's super cute. Look at that. So, crochet, knit.
Yep.
A little bit of crochet at the bottom.
There we go. And the lines, I do little yarn overs to increase so everything I wear underneath sees through. So. But actually, the blue looks really good with the...
Yeah. Like your blue skirt showing through, you're saying? Yeah. Oh, wait, this is...
Yeah, the sleeves are just
floppy,
like hanky type edges.
Hanky sleeves.
Hanky sleeves, yeah. So, it took way less than a ball of the footprints.
Okay. What I'm making socks out of, she used a ball to do her granny squares.
Yeah.
The center of her granny squares up top.
There's a olivey green and it took less than a ball. And for all of the blue, it took 2. Because
2 skeins of Heritage Navy?
Heritage Navy, because the sleeves ate up a crap ton of yarn.
But that's still not bad, only 2 skeins of the Navy. So so we have a skein of the Heritage Silk, was it? The Calla Green. 2 skeins of regular Heritage Navy, and a skein of Footprints.
Yep.
It's only 4 balls of yarn. That's still pretty good, I think. So, cool.
And it's warm.
Do you need assistance getting it off?
No.
Okay. So I'm gonna see how long I can wear this today. Right now it feels cooler. Then it might be a matter of I'm gonna have to put my hair up before too long. But this feels cooler than the shirt I just took off. I just realized I have a top to try on for y'all. I'm gonna try just sticking it over this top, which is fairly thin. We'll see how redonky-donk this looks. But except for doing a slip stitch edge around, I stalled out on this Scrappy Granny tee for so long, and then I just kind of gotten this. I'm going to finish it. I have a class starting this Saturday. No one has signed up for it yet, which is fine. It's in person, right? It's this Saturday and then 2 Saturdays, and if no one signs up, then this Saturday might just be a draw, and in 2 Saturdays we may just put something else on the schedule instead of leaving it empty.
Oh, wow.
But I have technically finished everything except slip stitching the edges because I want to figure out if I need to make this longer. I've technically finished. I have not woven in most of my ends, but I've even done the extra part on the sleeves for this. So this is my Scrappy Granny tee. I'm going to show you how much of the yarn I used up in a second. Where all the ends are in here tells me what the back is. Because there's no short rows or anything shaping. It's the back and the front are identical except for where the ends are. So,
Oh, that looks...
Length is actually okay.
Yeah.
I honestly, I haven't tried this on. The length is okay. I was thinking I might want to put like one more row. I have so much left of the pink that I added into this, but it's almost the same length as...
It's the same length in the front.
Oh my gosh, this is kind of okay. Remember, my gauge was a little bit bigger. These sleeves are kind of like balloony and floppy, but that's the look she was going for. I probably, with my gauge being different than hers being a little bit bigger, I probably could have gone down one size.
Yeah.
And because this is roomy, right? But I'm like trying to see myself. But, you know.
I think it looks cute.
It's, yeah, I mean, I need roomy sometimes. If it was a little more form-fitting, you'd see all of my bubbles that I'm not super comfortable with. So, and it's neat. Like, I'm still adjusting to how some things change drastically, like, abruptly in the front. But it's because I use color-changing yarn for some of the rows.
Yes.
But I think this is my Scrappy Granny tee. And I used, we do have a scale. Does that scale have battery in it? Because I would like to take this off, and just this, not both, and figure out, people were asking on Sit and Stitch how much yarn I used. Because here's the deal. I was using leftovers, like maybe half skeins of like 7 balls of yarn. And then I added in some leftover like scraps from at least one other project, the Perth.
Mm-hmm.
And I added in a new ball of yarn. So the 3 leftover skeins of gray, this is all I have left. I was doing gray every other round, and then I had this one that was gray with some flecks of color. So there were 4 like half balls of yarn. Might have only been third balls of yarn. That's all I have left. I was going to weigh this when I'm done.
Together, they weigh nothing.
They don't even have a whole gram. So I want to put together a post that like shows how the yarn got eaten up from all the morning meditations I did. I think that'd be really cool. I had leftovers from a sock too. So it's really hard to know how much yarn I used for the sweater because I'm using scraps. The rest of the scraps from the confetti scarf that I made are these 3. I ran out of the Perth that I used. This is left over from making a pair of socks.
Total, all including the 2 grays.
I don't know how much I started with.
I know, but you only have 29 grams left.
Okay.
And then if you add that, you have...
That's like about half a skein.
Yeah. You could make scrappy socks.
I still have all of this. This is the pink that the orange and the pink in here. The orange is the Perth, and the pink is this guy. Just wanting to add a few more colors in. Because, hang on, I want to see if I can find the piece that I... bound off. This is okay. So this is the leftovers from this project. Like you can see that the colors are similar. This was the confetti scarf by Pearl Soho, where you're holding 7 skeins of fingering weight yarn together on a size 15 needle. Can we actually? This is going to be really crazy math. Mm-hmm. Can you move those?
Yeah.
Can we attempt? Because I might be able to, I don't have my calculator because it's in my phone, but if we can at all, like, put this on there, and we probably need the postal scale to do this. We can give you guys more up-to-date information later. The confetti scarf, try to hold it without, like, hold it gently. It's like 400 grams. Maybe a little more. And
404 grams.
Okay. 400 grams out of 700 grams. So that's a little over half of all the yarn in those balls.
Yes.
So, and I added in 3 colors. I only used about 30 grams of that. I added in 3 colors, and I didn't even get to some of the fun colors in this. Like, everything was kind of pink and purple, which is fine. So I had about 300 grams of yarn, which is about 1,200 yards, which is about what this size should have taken. And you can see of the confetti scarf is not this guy. That's what I had left was about 30 grams total. I ran out of a few colors, but let's see how much yardage, roughly. I'm going to see if I can... Isn't that cute?
I'm liking it.
And I think
it's all bright and chipper.
I wasn't sure about the grays with the brights with the, but...
The grays work, I think the grays actually work better than you thought they would.
I'll let you do. Yeah, I mean, it was super cute. And if I slip stitch around the edges, I might use the pink that I've got so much of.
319 grams.
Which fits. It's a little over, but my gauge was a little bigger. It's a little over the yardage that my size was supposed to take. My size was supposed to take 1,100 to 1,200 yards. 300 grams is about 1,200 yards. A little more, actually. It's more like 13 or so, 100 yards. So if you were trying to do this with fresh skeins of yarn, for my size, which, is more of a large, extra large area size, I would get at least 3 skeins of fingering weight yarn. This is the merino. If you're going to make this out of, and I would keep wearing it, but oh my gosh, wearing 2 layers of this I was getting hot. If you're making it out of a plant fiber of some kind, that's the other thing, is she's saying you need so many yards. There's not as much yardage in a lot of the same physical weight on the scale thickness of a plant fiber. It's just usually more dense. So I follow the directions pretty much as is, though, and this is what I ended up with, and it's super cute, and I have a ton of ends to weave in. But I finished it. I'm super excited about that. It was morning meditation 2 or 3 times at least last week, because it was the only thing I was working on. I worked on it really hard over the weekend. Sleeve separation for this, I'll hold it up again. Sleeve separation happened Friday during virtual sit and stitch, which, by the way, we have virtual sit and stitch night, Tuesday night, from 7 to 9 p.m. You can get in with the shop phone number.
828-877-3550.
There you go. That's half a skein of yarn right there.
My hat took half a skein of, yeah.
Crochet eats up more yarn. Again, crochet eats up more yarn. Something like this knit, I bet you'd only need 2 skeins.
Yeah.
Because 1/3, that fits the whole. Crochet uses 1/3 more yarn than a knit project of the same size. So, but I'm super excited that I finished that ahead of the class. In case anyone wants to take it, I can tell them what I did. It's also my first project for our July summer make-along focused on granny squares. I have a lot of other things I'm working on as well. So, all right, the other thing I wanted to show off. What? I'm trying to remember. There's a lot going on. There's I
was like,
getting out of
how
bed
fast
this morning.
Can I make a sweater?
So I think I showed this off maybe Thursday.
Yeah.
And
there was a corner missing.
I was almost done. There's just a corner missing. So obviously I finished it on Thursday, and I have to see. Okay, good. I'm getting everything. So I can start by just showing off the corners and how they came out. It's, the first corner had the yellow, the red for the second color. The other corner has the yellow for the first color. So this is technically done. I'm making sure I'm on the wrong side. This is technically done. This is my Princess Bride As You Wish and Inconceivable Mystery Knit Along. It is not blocked yet. If I block it wider, I think that will be really cool. I have a million ends to weave in as well.
Oh, yeah.
But this is 4 skeins of fingering weight yarn, and it's not even usual fingering weight. I use the Vivacious. It's the fluffy one that only has 399 yards. But all of this came from 4 skeins of fingering weight yarn. And let me show you what I had left. And you needed 2 needles to do this, to put half of it on one needle and then go back to both and blah 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 blah. So 27 grams left of the red. It's almost 1/3 of the skein. All of that knitting, and I had leftover still. 24, so 1/4 of the yellow, which started it off. The Verdigris, the yellow is called Burnished in our online shop. The Verdigris 24. So it's about a quarter of each skein is left. I think I have the least left of, by feel, of Pebble Beach. I was trying to remember the color name.
13.
Yep, only 13 grams left of the Pebble Beach. I have long ends hanging off, so you might end up with more or less of your skeins. I always like to try to leave myself enough to weave in. So, so that's the fun thing. I basically finished, apart from weaving ends in, and maybe some finishing work on some of these. The Princess Bride Mystery Knit Along, I will block. This one, I may not. She recommends, she's like, use your preferred method of blocking, but know that wet blocking, and especially with the merino, might stretch it out too much. So she steam blocks. And honestly, I don't think this needs to settle anymore. I think it is what it is.
I don't tend to block like granny square crochet stuff just because it lays pretty flat.
Yeah, I only block. We had someone ask that on my intro granny square class on Saturday. Now we block it, right? And I said, if you want all your granny squares to be the same size and they're not, you might want to block them. But a lot of like granny square, lace work crochet, I will block. Like shawls that will open up and sing, I will block. But a lot of other crochet, I don't.
The more complicated granny squares where there's like lace work in them, or like your Charlotte Universe
and for me, it's a hot maybe. I didn't block that one.
No, I know, but there are bits that you could have.
There was some snark there. Yes,
there are bits that you could have, but it was so huge.
It's so huge.
That,
block with wear, all that good stuff. Okay. I don't know if I have anything else to show off. I've really only been focusing on my crochet. I made 2 videos yesterday, starting to go through crocheted granny squares. Like, I'm going to do a video for each row. It's what I've decided to do on that. And I did row 1 and 2 yesterday. And it's not going to be till next Monday to do rows, say, 3 or 4. By 3 or 4, you're getting the hang of it. I don't know if you need anything else. So, but there's other videos I could make as part of our Granny Square make-along. And we tried to film a little early today, and it might end up being a little bit shorter today, so I could hopefully edit and get this video up, because we are having a flash sale today for the 4th of July. Yay! At shop or online, and once we close, it's only online, and it's only what's listed online. It's the code Independence Day. Don't worry about putting spaces anywhere, but Independence Day saves you 25%. So you can call us up, or you can come in, or you can use that code when you check out online. You got to use the code, though, and you can't combine the code with other codes. The online shop will only take 1 code, and can't combine it with shop credit, which can only happen at the shop, too, or by calling the shop. But it's discount or credit. Save your credit for another day. And that's today only, July 4th, 2023. So I'm going to try to get this video up as fast as I can to give you the greatest opportunity to take advantage of that if you want to. And it's only on current stock, not on pre-orders. And our stock is pretty wonky right now. We are looking to rebuild for the summer, but we have to make a lot of choices about what we're keeping and what we would like to restock for the summer. I know people are knitting for winter year-round, but, it's a thing. And there's just a lot going on in life right now. And my cat woke me up at 5:30 this morning with hairball noises. Gotta love that. And I couldn't find evidence of product, so I'm hoping he's okay. I wish he understood me if I said, just get it out, you'll feel better. And he also, last night and this morning, I'm pretty sure he is hunting mice. Peter Parker's back. Or the next generation off of Peter Parker, or maybe his grandkids. But he's been hunting them both upstairs and downstairs. And either they're tunneling up and down through the walls, or there's multiples, or I don't know what. And I've got the little spearmint things all over the place.
It could be the little spearmint things have passed their...
Yeah, I just put them out right before I went on vacation. They're from last year.
Yeah.
They've been in a little Ziploc container, but I should probably get fresh ones.
And it could also be with the rain and the heat. They're just looking for dry and not hot.
But first of all, it's not that cool in my house because I'm trying to keep my energy bills low. And second of all, there's a cat. I mean, come on.
Who's finally learning to chase mice, which is a plus. So
I mean, it is, but then I feel bad for the ones he catches.
I know. They go to Mouse Island.
They do. If I find the remains, the earthly remains. Anyway, Independence Day. Today only. Save 25%. We will see you all tomorrow for something new that will be 15% off for the week. We don't know what that's going to be yet.
Nope.
We never do.
Nope.
And join us for virtual sit and stitch if you so choose.
Or if you can, because some people might have
fireworks and other things to do.
Fireworks and other things.
Our weather forecast says it's going to thunderstorm. So,
yeah.
On and off. Could still have fireworks. I don't know. I'll be tired, so
yeah,
I won't be trying to see them.
No.
All right. Yeah, what?
I'll see what happens outside my windows, and if anything happens.
Oh, sometimes over the valley you can see stuff. Yeah. I can't, ever. You know, I've been hearing fireworks for several days now.
We have not, actually, which is interesting. Yeah, I know.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I've been hearing little pops and the cats going. I'm like, yeah, that's somewhere else, but, you know. All right. We'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.